Okay, so the new toolbox filled with tools, I think I'm going to make him a bottom shelf dweller here because uh, it's almost the perfect height. Granted, this bottom shelf, you can see it's got some give to it because I've only got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 big L's. So I could at least put another L here at the wheel well. I know there's a spot that I didn't put one where I could put one. I'm probably going to put it there because that'll be directly below this guy. Originally, I was like, what kind of heavy weight am I ever going to put on this bottom shelf? And I knew that the 3 L's that are there, that are big L's, and there's even a 4th L on the end for the gas can situation, but that's really not tied to the shelf, if you will. It's not connected to the shelf directly. But the point is, you know, I got 3 of these big L's that are like this size here underneath this bottom shelf holding it up right now. So it's plenty of strength, but there's a little bit of a wobble to it. And that's really because the van walls wobble, if that makes sense. The van wall gives because it's an aluminum wall. But I've got them sitting up on the edge there. So then the question is, how am I going to mount this guy in? Okay, so I'm going to show you what I got from the hardware store here real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so these little guys, specifically these guys even, will hold. Okay. All right. So you can bolt these to walls and such and have a spot to slide it into to potentially hold it down. Now granted, I don't know exactly what my plan is going to be with this one here, how I'm going to fasten it yet. So maybe this idea doesn't come to fruition. It's currently sitting on top of that back board here, so it's actually at a slight downward tilt, which I don't care. It's fine, it functions, it works. I mean, it could be as simple as I just literally have a strap that I hook down around this thing, because I already know I'm going to end up running a strap for... Okay, so let's see here. I got the clear case underneath this one. Give me a second. I'm going to end up taking this back, I believe. I don't need all these tools now because this thing has them all inside. And I just pull out the drawers. That's good. I mean, this might have some things in there, so I just need to take note of what is in here that's not in that one, and then just buy those parts separate, if that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, set this off to the side for a second here. And... okay, so back to this whole concept here, where we put these like this, and then we put the totes over there between this. So if I do that and have the totes over there, these plastic totes that sit over there. Okay, so there's that. Now, what I was going to do is, so I bought some straps that will be able to hook onto this and pull it over towards the wall. Okay, and then as long as I have these things over there on the wall, what I could do is the problem with these is they're not long enough side to side. So what I realize I can do is I can chop one of these off and it'll sit flush with the other one. I can't do it right now because that indent is there, but if I cut away with a die grinder or whatever cutting tool, not die grinder but cutting saw, then I can make this whatever width I want as I attach it to the wall, and I just do some of my rivet nuts into the wall, and you know, this thing will be definitely secure. So you maybe have 3 little rivet nuts into the wall, and it secures those 2 together, as well as makes it the proper width. Since it's got the hexagonal, it'll guide the thing in. So you slide the thing in, and then once you have it slid in, the only thing you have to do is clamp it against the wall, like pull it back towards the wall, which I'm thinking about doing. I can always just set it sideways and buy the regular versastack things that mount to this, But then the problem is those are still there if I take this thing away, whereas these things against the wall, who cares? It's not, you see, I got a gap back there anyway, so it doesn't hurt anything to have these things against the wall back there. It doesn't interfere with anything. So it's really just a slick little way to do it if I can figure out a clever way to have the strap and then fasten the strap so that stays tight against the wall, then I'll be good to go. So anyway, what I'm saying is I'm already going to have a strap system going on, and so it might not be that difficult to use the excess of that strap to potentially do something to strap him in as well, wrap it down around, and then what I can do is when I want to access these, I just have a clever way to undo the strap real quick, and then I can get in there. And that's a double redundancy because I really don't like these drawers. But it's very compact and I can get everything out via drawers instead of having to open and dig. So I do like that. But, you know, these drawers on a scale from 1 to 10 are like, you know, a 9. These are great drawers here with these rollers and everything. The only thing that would make them a 10 is if they had like the magnetic, like final hydraulic, real smooth, and it fastens or whatever. But you know, these on the other hand are like a 2 or a 3, and the only reason why I don't give them a 1 or a 0 is because at least they come all the way out, which is a plus, because these here don't come all the way out. You can't remove these are stuck in there. But at least I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, it looks like they are. These at least come all the way out, and they fit on top of other versastack equipment. Once you pull them out, they sit nice on top of things and sit snug. So that's a plus. I haven't even seen yet if they actually lock into place on another versastack system. Let's find out about that real quick, shall we? Give me a second. They do not lock in place. Okay, so there it is sitting on top of another versastack thing, and they do not lock in. So that would have been kind of cool if they would have locked in, but I can see why they couldn't, because they had to make it, you know, a drawer. It has to sit inside the other box, so how would it possibly be that wide? So I get it. That makes sense why they didn't do that. So, but anyway, yeah, so these drawers to me are like a 3. So let's see here. What all do we have that other one doesn't have? There's definitely a lot of good stuff here. The one thing I'll say is I think that some of the ones that were with the other part numbers, when I told you about the other boxes, I remember seeing one of them had a really flat one of these, and maybe this is it, but I don't think so. I think this is the thicker one. So they had one that had a really flat head to that, which comes in really handy when you're in tight places as far as depth is concerned. So locked. Okay, so anyway, coming along. And then again, we just have these for whatever. All right, I'll let you go. See ya.